Hey guys, this is Kugli again, and to be extremely honest, I've been waiting to ride this thing for so long. The main reason and the main problem is that it's monsoon season here, and it's relentless. The entire monsoon time is completely relentless. I don't have any bloody time where I can ride it properly, so it's been quite a bit of difficulties. I'm gonna ride a little slowly, and yeah, it's still raining a little bit here and there. I'm just trying to get as much of my riding time as I can. I would like to ride it as much as I can, you know. So yeah, I can see it is already dripping a little bit, and I don't want it to drip. Come on, I don't need it. Anyways, so I am out getting a little bit of ride done. In the meantime, I will tell you more about this bike. It's definitely not a first ride because, well, I have ridden it a little bit of times. I'm already at what, 246 kilometers of riding on this thing. I'm actually very happy with how it is performing and how it is feeling, and you know, everything included. It is one of the most exhilarating experiences which I have had in a bit of time now. So this is the F77 Recon Mach 2. I have been following the F77 in some time now because I just wanted to get an electric bike because, well, you know how electric bikes are, how they perform, how they feel. Everything is very different from how a normal ICE bike feels and does, and everything is very different. And I wanted a different thing. I wanted a different feeling bike. I've already told you about how I fell onto this bike rather than you know, like another, I don't know, a paddle twin or a triple or even like a 4-cylinder bike, because all of those were in my options. So go check that video out if you want to know more about that. I'll just close this one because it's going to get very noisy with the wind. About the bike itself, it is a bloody powerful motor. I think the motor is rated at like 30 kilowatts or something, which means around 40 bhp. Let's just say that, equivalent of a 40 bhp. But the main thing about an electric is the acceleration of it. The acceleration is like none of anybody else's business. It's amazing. It's silent, it doesn't have any vibrations, something which I cannot stress enough. If you haven't ridden a bike like this, please do. It is really cool. I will try to stop somewhere and show you guys how the bike is in all other respects. I need to get to a place. I want to go there because it's like a beach and everything. I would like to stop there and just show you guys the bike out, because I don't want to go to the same place I go for every other bike. I'm getting bored of that place. But yeah. Ooh, one thing which is really cool about this bike is modes, and now I am in combat mode, which gives me more power. Oh my god. Yesterday I was riding my old bike because, well, I still love that bike. It's amazing. It's a single cylinder, you know that already. It's an RS200. But man, like after riding this for a while and then going back to that bike, it does really feel like this one is much more powerful, mostly because of the acceleration. That bike doesn't really accelerate as much as this one does, and there has been, I would be lying if I said there has been points where I felt that one is not moving. But it is what it is, but that's fine. Anyways, yeah, like this bike, because it's an electric bike, you know, there's mad acceleration like none of the other things. If you have ridden like an electric scooter even, for example, if you have ridden the Aether in warp mode, you know how acceleration feels. Now multiply that by a few magnitudes and you will see how this one feels. It is accelerating. I am right now just trying to maintain, and this is not even the most aggressive mode. There's a speed camera here. I don't want to get a problem with that, so I'm going to pause this in a very manageable 50 kmph. You can see on the dashboard it is 52. Just, you know, oh, I see a Revolt 400. Cool. There are electric bikes here and there, but definitely not something like Ultraviolette. I've been told that there are 21 other bikes in Kerala itself, which is fine. I would love to see Ultraviolette in Kerala roads. I really want to. But, well, until I see someone like that, it's just rumors. Anyways, So yeah, this one was the combat mode. Now there is the ballistic. If I go for ballistic, god damn! It is a rush of power. It's just amazing. I cannot stress enough how good it feels. I think I've already told you guys before also when you know, talking about the way it makes me feel and all that. The reason I went with this bike is because it gave me the same feelings as the CBR 650, which one weighs more than that, but goddamn, it feels so good. I don't know if you can feel the acceleration when I'm doing that, but goddamn, it feels like the bike is going to just run underneath me to a different dimension. It feels so good. So yeah, this is a straight stretch of road. Let's go. You can see the speedo to see how fast it is. It's so quick to go climb up the revs and not the revs, the speed. It's so stealthy in how it shows up with the speed. It just pulls and pulls and pulls. It's amazing. Oh my god, I love this thing and how good it feels. It's just that good. Anyway, so that whatever it is, it feels how, you know, an electric superbike would feel. I mean, okay, I have ridden superbikes before. That has a completely different beast. I'm not going to compare my bike to a superbike because it's just not there. But for what it is, for the price, you will not get another bike like this, which pulls like this and which feels like this. And not having a vibration and everything, it feels like it's a 4-cylinder bike. It's so smooth. It is really good with its power delivery, and with the ballistic mode, it is instant power every time. And if I go to glide mode, even if you twist it like full, you can see I'm twisting full, it doesn't go out of control. It is really tractable, and you can completely control how it. Does that truck say tattoo at the back of it? What the fuck? It makes no sense, but whatever, it doesn't matter. So I am just trying to get to, you know, a place to place, but yeah, I have a truck in front of me. What to do? Anyways, that's not the point. I'm getting sidetracked. I have gone with this bike to the nearest town and, you know, going back and forth, going places and everything. The battery seems to be really useful. I was having like how much was the percentage? Around 99% when I started my ride. It's already at 96% because I am riding like a fucking maniac. If you are riding sober, and this kind of bike, an electric bike, is perfect for city traffic, like bumper to bumper traffic and everything, because it really feels good, and it is maintaining the battery and everything. I went to town, which is around 20 kilometers away, and I came back and I only lost, because it's a city, I have traffic. It was really bad traffic at the time, and I only lost like max of like 7% of battery life from top to finish, which is huge. And I still have huge amount of battery life left, and it was not just completely bumper to bumper. There were times when I could rip it up and, you know, go places also, but for the most part it was very slow moving traffic. And that also highlights one other thing of this. It is a huge bike. It is a 207 kilos for the Recon variant, and I have been, like, you know, kind of dilly-dallying about how heavy it is. Yes, so when you pick it up from the stand and when you start riding, yeah, it may feel a bit cumbersome and it's a bit heavy, but goddamn, once you start riding, it rides like it's nobody's business. How the handling it is, oh my god, it is really good. Because of the seating position, it is very sporty. Yeah, like yesterday I was riding my RS200 and it feels like it's a commuter bike. It's like very upright. After riding this one for a while, it is very sporty and very committed. But to be honest, it's also not as committed as a very aggressive sport bike. It is very much in the middle of a committed and a commuterish experience. Handles really well. Even in slow moving traffic, it is quite tractable because you have as much power to just go zip around and go from the point. It has 100 Newton meters of torque from the get-go, which is a huge deal, and especially when you're dealing with a bike which is, you know, going around places and all that, and especially when it is having slow speed maneuvers. Yes, it is heavy, but it doesn't feel very heavy when it starts moving, and even putting it into corners, it is quite nimble in its feet. Another place where I did notice how heavy it is making very quick changes to the direction. If, for example, I find a pothole, when I try to make a quick change, it doesn't want to change because it's a heavy with a lot of momentum. So that is something which is there. Suspension is on this bike is quite stiff, but you do have preload adjustment on the front and the rear. I did not adjust it for anything as of yet because I do like how planted the bike feels. Right now, how it feels good, and I'm a single rider. I'm not having any pillions, and with what it is, it feels very, very good. So the brakes are amazing. It does really stop this behemoth of a bike. Right now I'm just heading towards a beach just to, you know, be able to stop and just show you guys how the bike looks and everything. It looks sexy, man. It is a bulky bike. It looks bulky. It does look like a super bike, but it is more or less. The performance would be something, I mean, if you take the overall performance, it would be something akin to around a 400cc bike or even a 350 or 300cc bike. Not the Royal Enfields, but you know, like a actual 400cc bike. So this is basically how you would feel after using the bike. But for the most part, it is a really, really tractable bike. It does have enough acceleration, and the pickup is great because it just hauls ass whenever you need it to. It is raining a little bit here and there. I do want to have like the rain to be gone, but goddamn, the rain is not going away. It's just that bad. But it's okay. It is what it is. This seems to be a nice place to just stop around and show you guys the bike, just next to the beach. Yeah. Oh, that's sand. That's sand. Again, sand. God damn it. Maybe I shouldn't have chosen the beach to do this. But oh my god, see, that's what I mean by, you know, it does feel heavy. Oh my god, see the intent it just made when I was trying to put it on stand. But yeah, it's too much. So, well, that gives me another option to show you guys about the park assist, which is really nice. So if you hold this and this, I mean, if you own a bike, you will know that it has reverse parking, so it will go back with the throttle. Because it's a fucking behemoth of a bike, you need this. And if I press it again, it will go forward. So it is pretty useful whenever you are trying to park the bike anywhere. And if I just do this, it will go back, and it is on drive mode now, and it will go. I think the speeds are limited to, I think, 5 kilometers per hour on both the sides, 5 and 3 or 5 and 2, something like that, for forward and reverse. It doesn't matter, it's controllable. That's the main thing. Oh, as you can see, maybe you can hear from my voice how stiff the suspension is. As I said again, I did not change any of the suspension components or anything. It is still how I kept it. So it's how it came from the factory. Apart from that, it does come with navigation, but unfortunately it only comes with Mapples and not Google Maps. So I still have to use my mount with my phone for maps and everything, because yeah, Mapples, I've heard that it's really good for places like places like Bangalore, where there are a lot of flyovers and everything. For my place, nah, not really. It is quite horrible. I do not like Mapples, and for some reason I still haven't gotten the maps loaded. One thing which I noticed about this bike is that it doesn't have a Wi-Fi signal. It relies on LTE eSIM, and the problem with that is that it doesn't have like internet connectivity. If you have, you know, like for example, if I am home, I have Wi-Fi at home, right? I would like to keep all the maps and everything downloaded with my fucking fast Wi-Fi network, but no, I have to rely on the eSIM option, and that is kind of an oversight. I really don't understand why it doesn't have a Wi-Fi module. I mean, I don't know if it really has a Wi-Fi module, and it's just that, oh my god, this is not good. I'm going to put it in combat if I need to go faster. I really hope my bike doesn't sink here. Or, oh wow, that is a lot of mud. Oh my god, this is not ideal. Ay, ay, ay. Well, it can handle it, I know that for sure. Oh. but I'm not a huge fan of it. It just feels odd and bad. Yeah, and man, everywhere I go, I get these odd looks because it's a fucking silent motorcycle that's going through everywhere, and people are like, "What the fuck is that?" It's addictive. It's honestly addictive. Yeah, it is what it is. Anyways, what else was I saying? Yeah, the Wi-Fi module. I don't know why it doesn't have a Wi-Fi, and I would like to, have the updates and everything through Wi-Fi rather than, rely on signal. What if I am in a place where I don't have signal? I live in a place where I don't have signal, and that is something which I've noticed. I do not get the LTE signal very well in my place. So that is one of the biggest things which I've noticed. I've already talked about all the problems which I had to face when I was going through and getting it delivered. But these are minor issues which I really don't have much of an option to complain about, because it's just part of the process. But yeah, for the most part, I really like this motorcycle. It is a gem. Off-roading with the behemoth. Oh my god, I don't like these rocks. They kind of fucking puncture my bike. But I've gone through this places before. This is normal for bikes to go through, and if my bike cannot go through that, then well, it needs to pull up its socks. But yeah, it's fine. I will just get to the end of it, and I hope there will not be much people. It's starting to rain again. God damn it, this is bad. I want to ride to all these places, and I'm not able to because of the bloody rain. I'm going as carefully as I can on my new bloody bike. So yeah, you'll see. Oh, I see a lot of people there. We shall see. I won't be definitely able to stop here because not much road for other people to go. I may not be a people person, but I'm not an asshole. Oh no, where do I go? Well, no other way. This way. And now where do I go? No other way but this way. Momentum. What I have with this bike is momentum. I remember this place. I actually did get stuck on my bike here at some point because, well, it is what it is. But yeah, I'll just keep my bike in the center here, and I can show you guys how it looks. So yeah, I'll just stop here. So guys, there you have the Ultraviolette F77 Mach 2. This color scheme, what I have is called the Shadow, and it also says Shadow. And I have the color scheme where it is gray with red, which is pretty nice. I like it. These are aftermarket. I put these on because I would like to have those, because it's an electric and I cannot start the bike if I do not have the levers working, so I needed that. What else did I put aftermarket? I mean, this sticker, I won't even say aftermarket, it's homemade, because I took like a screen protector for a laptop and just cut it in myself just to keep it. Anyways, 150 section tire on the back. I think it's a 120 in the front. Nope, it's a 110 in the front, and that's pretty much it. Full LED lights, DRLs, low beam, high beam, everything. It does have a ambient light sensor, so the DRLs or the lights also turn on, at night time or when it is low visibility. The high beams, of course, is under your control with this little bit of a trigger button. It also has a hazard button, which is really nice. So yeah, you can see the low beam is now closed. If I put high beam on, everything turns on, but if I close it, everything is closed because it doesn't need to. It's a bright daylight now. I don't need lights. So yeah, it has automatic lights, and that's all pretty nice. As you can see, this probably is the best angle for the bike. I really like it, and the least favorite angle for me, at least, is this part. It looks like a athlete or someone who goes to the gym who forgot leg days. I don't know, it just feels too skinny at the back and too bulky at the front, but it does look really nice, and I really like how everything goes and works. That is mostly it what I wanted to talk about. Just look at the bike, it's so sexy, it's amazing. These fork covers actually do show, like just covering up the forks does give it a little bit more bulk in the forks department, which is really nice. I really like it. Let me turn that off. Of course I added this one because I needed maps. and lights are everything here. The charging is this one. They have changed to the, in the Mark II they have changed this little flap to aluminum. The previous one was plastic and people were complaining about it being very flimsy. Of course the new one has regen, of course the new one has traction control, ABS, and the Recon model comes standard with it. There is the standard, the normal model, which does not have the regen or the performance pack, as they say, ABS, traction control and everything standard, but it is an upgradable package if you want to get it. The standard model has a 7 kilowatt battery, this one has a 10 kilowatt battery, so of course the weights are also different. This is an electric bike, this is a passion thing. I don't think they have ever put it as a efficiency kind of a proposition about it. Front brakes are very powerful, I really like it. Rear brakes are also quite powerful, but of course it's a front biased bike, so it does have more power and more bite. It has a huge amount of bite. It does come with an adjustable lever. That's why the lever replacement, because I did break it when it was transported, cost so much. It was around 2,000 something, or around 3,000 rupees for the levers itself. Foot pegs, as I said, this is more of a sportier riding position than other bike, well, my other bike at least, which is the RS200, and it shows how much more sporty. Oh, it does have locking on both the sides, which is pretty nice because I was not expecting it. And my brother is the one who showed me that this is possible, which is nice. I like it. So yeah, that's basically it. I'm gonna get out of here because I see people coming and I don't want people. So yep, it is quite a nimble bike. I really like how it doesn't feel this heavy when it is on the move. Of course, if I ever drop it, I'm going to feel the weight of it, but I guess that's just part of how this bike is. Another thing which I did, which I mean, I guess anyone who has ridden an electric bike will notice, is that whenever you're riding through different types of roads, especially, you will notice all the other sounds this bike can make, including you know, the tire noises, the suspension noises. Sometimes you can hear the brakes rubbing in the front and all that. And I realized that these are very normal things on a normal bike too, just that you don't hear them because of the engine noise. Because this doesn't have much of an engine noise, it only has the whine of the motor. It doesn't feel that way. That is one huge thing which I have noticed after riding an electric for a bit. And yeah, the engine just drowns out the other noises. I would prefer to have engine noises to all the other noises, which is something which is there. So yeah. And okay, now every now and then I do take my KD out. That's my RS200, and I fall in love with it all over again. Not that I mean, I do like the acceleration and everything of this bike, but come on, there is something about the engine which you know, which is giving you the power as per your skill. You have to work for it rather than just going like this like in this bike. It is just something very special which I cannot match with anything else. It's just amazing. It is just that amazing. So guys, I kind of lost track of time and well, my battery went off, so I just want to finish off whatever I was saying about F77 from Ultraviolette Mach 2. Well, it is an amazing motorcycle for what it is. Now, I do want to give you guys some of the expectations which you need to have when you are looking into this motorcycle. It's an electric, that's for sure, right? It's an electric, so it is a very different kind of motorcycle. Do not consider it as a normal 50 bhp motorcycle and ride it as such. You may be surprised, and well, to be honest, if you do, you know, think that you can handle all of it and one go and put it in Ballistic and start riding it as you do normally, you will be quite surprised and maybe even hurting yourself at some point. So don't do that. Understand the differences. Understand the difference between an ice bike and an electric bike. It is quite different. The way it rides, the way it feels, the way the torque is delivered is very different. Put it in glide mode first and then get a feel for the bike first. It's something which I will recommend you do for the first couple of drives in case you do happen to own it at some point. It is a very, very professionally finished bike. Now, to be extremely honest, I did have my doubts about the build quality of the bike and everything when I was going into the purchase of this bike, because, well, you know, It's not a Japanese bike, it's not a German bike, it's an Indian made bike. But I am in all honesty quite surprised and quite happy with how the bike feels and how the bike is put together. The buttons are pretty clicky, they are really nice. I don't think they are very cheaply made. They may not be the best quality bike with a decisive thunk when you click on the buttons and everything, but they're not cheap. They don't feel cheap. The entire bike doesn't feel cheap. All the plastics are pretty okay. Of course they are plastics. I know a lot of people do think plastic means low quality. Not really. Plastic just means it is light, and as long as it's not functional and just for the aerodynamics and aesthetics of it, they are pretty fine. They do not take a lot of load, and it's just one of those pretty bits, and it's fine. I didn't feel that things are moving around or things are creaky. Even after repairs which I did, I don't think that the panel gaps or anything is a huge problem. Of course there are panel gaps. I'm not going to lie to you that there are no panel gaps. The way the seat sits, it does feel like it sits to one side and not to the other, but that shouldn't dissuade you from this bike. That's all what I'm saying. It is still a very, very supremely put together product, and I for one I'm very, very happy about it. So as you can see, the panel gaps are not too shabby, everything fine. This one I did put it together. What I do want to show you guys is that you see this panel here, there's a gap, here there's no gap. These kind of things do occur, and these are something which I don't know, I don't really mind it. It's just how the bike is. Every bike will have these kind of issues wherever there are certain gaps and everything. I don't mind it, to be honest. Yeah, this is a huge gap, but it's not structural. I don't mind. It's all same on the both sides, so it's fine. Truly in love with the bike. The mirrors, okay, the mirrors are quite small, but they do look nice. And considering I did use a bar end mirrors for most of my time owning that bike, these aren't that bad. These are pretty fine. Would I want to have an optional accessory added to this? The only main thing which I added to this bike, especially the Recon variant, is the TPMS sensor. I do consider TPMS is something which is worth it, and they have to become installed from the factory into the tire things. I haven't tried to reinflate the tires yet. I have heard reports that does cause it to be a little bit more difficult to inflate the tires. I have my own tire inflator, the portable one, which I haven't tried it. I will let you know if I have any issues. If not, well, I never had any issues, so it's all working fine. It is a supremely usable bike, even though it is one of the, okay, it is still it's like Gen 2, but from the Gen 1 to Gen 2 there aren't many changes except for the bigger battery, more software tweaks, more software of course. And from what I heard, they are getting, the Gen 1 is also getting all the tweaks from this bike into the Gen 1. So, and that's free of cost, which is really cool. I am out for a ride because it is finally stopped raining and I just want to ride. God damn, I am waiting for this moment all the time, and just waiting for a time to be able to ride. I still don't have my maps working yet, which is quite unfortunate. I'm not really sure how to get it working, how to get the maps to load. I haven't had an option with that. As I said, I don't know why there is no Wi-Fi module where I could connect to my home internet and get all the things downloaded. In case of a software update, I would like to have that, which is more stable and not depending on my location. I don't know, that really does feel like an oversight. It makes no sense. It makes no sense for me. That is mostly it about the video. I would like to conclude it. Ooh, wow, ants. Why are there ants on my bike? I am using a tarp system for covering the bike and everything, so it doesn't get grimy and in the rain mainly. I will be after I'm done with riding, and I'll be going away for work soon enough, and so I do have a cover. It's a tarp 2.0 from the motorcyclists. I will show you that one at some point. Here's the picture, don't worry about it. And it works really well for me, and I just like it. I am going to continue with my ride and explore the places where I always wanted to. It shows 155 kilometers in the combat mode, which is kind of like my default mode, and if I want to overtake and have some extra fun, I do go into Ballistic, and it works. I'm gonna get started, and I hope you guys like the video. And of course, if you have any doubts about the bike, if you have any questions which I will be able to answer, I would love to answer these questions. That could include from anything to anything, don't worry. I have, oh, one more thing, the fork stem. I did want to have this mounted as a fork stem, but unfortunately this one does not have an open style nut. It has a closed dome nut inside. I don't want to mess with it, at least for now, and I will look into it maybe at some point where I can find a replacement. As far as I know, I think the Yamaha R7 also has similar fork stem nut bolt thingy, and there are options available for it to be changed. But I have my fork stem mount, which I have not used at some point, at least not now. Right now I want to ride it in stock form. The only thing which I've added is these lever guards and some stickers here. I do have some tank grips coming up from Autolog Designs, and I am planning on getting a seat cushion or something like that, because this is a hard seat. There's no question about it. So that is pretty much it. I will get started on my travel again, and hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys are doing well. Hey, if you are interested in a bike, get started. Ride, enjoy, and have fun. Oh my god, I'm in glide mode, and it feels good. Alright, so take care out there. Enjoy, and see you guys later. Bye.